Hi boys and girls, so we're going to continue on lesson 1.5. This lesson is from March 19 and it's Thursday. So I did this video ahead of time so I can explain to you what you need to do in your shared writing, because I explained in the last video that you were going to share your thoughts of what you were observing from the pinball machine. I told you also that I was going to make a pinball machine in class, and I did. I got a box, a ball, and rubber band, just like the three materials I told you that you needed. I made a video, someone recorded me doing the demonstration of how to do it. So let's get started with what we need to do with our shared writing. So writing about forces. So we are gonna move down because we already did this, but basically, what do we do to make the pinball start to move? Before you share, I told you to visualize what we did. And then, why did the launcher make the pinball start to move? So I told you that the launcher was the rubber band. So if you did this project at home, you figured out that the one that's making the ball move is a rubber band, and that's the rubber band exerting force on the ball. Now that you have shared your ideas, you have to write them down. So here, let's start with the first question. The first question says, what did we do to make the pinball start to move? So you will tell me that it's the rubber band. That's what made the ball move. The second question says, we pulled the launcher back and then let it go. So you pulled the launcher, meaning you pulled the rubber band, letting that go. The pinball started to move because the launcher exerted force on it. So that's what I want to see from your writing, from your answer, from these two questions, okay? I send this to you. I think I sent it with the example, but I want to see it in your own words from your, what else did you notice from the pinball machine? And I'm going to send you the video too. On your writings, you need to figure out how many ways how things start to move. We learned scientists and engineers think about cause and effect. We learned that there are many different ways forces can be exerted, and exerting forces make objects start to move. So if you exert force on something, that object is going to move. For example, when I told you that when you move a chair, you're exerting force, because you're moving the chair back and forth when you sit on it. If you push a wagon, you're exerting force because you're pushing the wagon. So anything that you exert force on that object, it's going to move, okay? Remember, I told you if you have someone at home that you can share your ideas. Remember, one partner shares, one partner listens, then you switch, and then that partner shares, and then it's vice versa. So we worked as engineers to share and explain our ideas, and you wrote your explanation on your paper where it says that I sent you shared writing lesson 1.5. Now, in activity 4, what we're going to be doing is that we're going to read this book again. And since we can't do it with partners, so I'm going to read it to you. And you're going to find examples when one object exerts force on another object and visualize what happens, okay? So you will find pictures where one object is exerting force to another object. For each picture, you will think about two important questions. Which object is starting to move? Which exerted force on that object? So you have to think, which object is moving and what exerted that object to move, okay? So which object is starting to move? Which object exerted a force on that object? So basically, who is the one that exerted force on that object so that object could move, okay? Two questions. What is moving? Who caused that? So remember, cause and effect, okay? You will use these words to help you talk about the pictures in the book. So the blank started to move because the blank exerted force on it, and I will show you how. I see a boy and a girl on this page. I picture in my head that the girl on the swing is started to move when the boy pushed her. So this is from your book. This is page 5, and I'm going to read it. Scott pushed Frances on the swing, and Frances moved. She sailed forward in the swing high into the air. What would a scientist or an engineer say would happen? So we said that in your head, the girl is on the swing and she started to move when the boy pushed her. The boy exerted force on her when she was on the swing, causing her to move, okay? I can use these words to help me explain what I visualize. The girl started to move because the boy exerted force on her. That's what I just said. So, because the boy exerted force on her, she moved with the swing back and forth. We are not going to do partner reading. We have some new ideas about why objects start to move, as well as new words to describe and explain movement. We will keep learning about why objects move in different ways to help us keep designing our class pinball machine. So we're not done with the pinball machine, guys. Just because I did it doesn't mean we're done. I told you we're going to keep adding more and more to the pinball machine. I already started it, and you guys will see the video of me exerting force on the ball with a rubber band, which you will get soon. And that's the end of lesson, okay? Have a nice day, guys. That's it for science for lesson 1.5.